I'm about to put you on so much game. Given that you clicked on this video, I'm going to make an assumption about you. And that assumption is that you have watched enough self-improvement videos to know that discipline is more important than motivation, because discipline is motivation in action. However, if you're still wanting to be successful, then what you probably don't know is that there's something more important than discipline, and that is focus. Why is that? Well, focus is more important than discipline because focus is discipline with direction. You see, it's very possible to be disciplined but not have direction in life and just be moving without purpose. You're doing things, but you're not getting anything done. There was a point in time when I was going to the gym 3 times a week. I was meditating every day, journaling once a week, working on writing books, etc. I was doing all of the things that helped reinforce discipline in my life. And yet I was homeless at the same time. How is that possible? Well, the reason why that was because I didn't have direction. I wasn't directing my discipline in a specific area, and because of that, I drifted into homelessness. That said, you need focus. You need to instill focus within yourself and within your life. Bearing that in mind, how do you go about instilling focus in your life? Well, look, there are countless videos on the internet about how to increase your focus level, but I can guarantee you that none of them have told you this one right here, because this is something that I myself did not figure out until I actually did it. If you want to increase your focus and get ahead of 99% of people, especially people in your age group, the best way to do that, in my experience, is to move to a different country. The first reason why moving to a different country helps you increase your focus is the language barrier. So, just a caveat, you have to move to a country where you don't actually speak the language. Now, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. This is a little bit of a guilty confession of mine, but I live in the Netherlands, and here in the Netherlands, people speak Dutch primarily. People also speak English, but everybody here speaks Dutch. And I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't really been applying myself toward learning Dutch as much as I should because I realized that the language barrier is actually an advantage, not a detriment. Why is that? Well, when you live in a place where everybody speaks the same language as you, when you operate in your day-to-day life, whether you know it or not, you are subconsciously listening to everybody's conversations. You might not intend to do it, but your mind will automatically do it. It's a survival mechanism. This is why if you hear somebody at the grocery store say, "Oh my God, he has a gun," they don't even have to say it that loud. You're going to look. You're going to be on high alert. Why? Because you're already listening to what they're saying. And when you add all of these conversations into your internal dialogue, you end up with a lot of mental clutter. And because of that, you have less mental bandwidth to allocate toward the task at hand, whatever that task may be for you, the task that you need to do in order to accomplish your goals. And so, if you want mental clarity, you simply surround yourself with people that don't speak the same language as you, because everybody in the room can be talking, but you don't hear any of them. Well, you hear them, but you're not listening because you don't know what they're saying. When you don't know what people are saying, you tune it out and you retract into your own mind. And so you have all of this extra mental bandwidth, and there are no distractions to deter you from ruminating on the ideas that will actually change your life. Now, I am still learning Dutch on a daily basis, and eventually, at some point, I'm going to become fluent. And when that point comes, my girlfriend and I are probably going to have to move to a different country so that we can take advantage of this same benefit. Because this right here has been an absolute game changer for me. Now, the next reason why moving to a different country will help give you the focus of a literal monk in the mountains of Tibet is because you're around fewer friends and family. Now listen, I'm not the type of person who will tell you that you need to become a hermit or you need to isolate yourself from all social interactions. However, There will come a season in your life if you're truly serious about being successful. Everybody has had this season, by the way. Everybody that you look up to has had this season where you have to spend more time alone than you do around other people. This is a reality, a hard pill to swallow that most people cannot accept. Most people can't accept this, and because of that, they allow other people who don't have the same vision as them or who don't have a growth-oriented mindset into their space. And because they allow those people into their space, they allow those people and their ideologies into their psyche. And sometimes these people are simply in your space because of familiarity. So again, friends and family are usually the biggest culprits. What a lot of people don't understand is that just because somebody is a family member or a friend doesn't mean that they belong in your life. Sometimes you grow apart. Just because you just so happen to be born into a specific family doesn't mean that that's actually the group of people that you should be interacting with the most. And if you're truly serious about becoming successful, you have to be willing to not leave people behind, but create distance between yourself and other people. And if you think about it, most of the social interactions that you have, most of the social engagements that you attend are probably initiated by friends or family. And so whenever you no longer have access to those social engagements anymore, you gain a lot of your time back. Now, the next reason why moving to a different country is the master key to focus is because you leave behind your limiting beliefs. So another reason why it can be very beneficial to create some distance between yourself and your family and your friends, but especially your family, is because oftentimes your family sees you in the way that they saw you when you were younger. And I call this the hometown effect. What is the hometown effect? Well, basically, whenever you are in a space that you've become familiar with, everybody becomes familiar with a version of you that makes them comfortable. And as a result, you feel a lot of friction whenever you try to outgrow the perception of you that they have established in their minds. Because everybody wants you to be a version of you that makes them feel comfortable. And a lot of times they don't do this intentionally. It's not that they don't want to see you grow. It's that they're not confident in themselves and their ability or willingness to grow. And whenever they see you, who came from the same exact environment as them, fulfilling your potential in life, they see it as you're fulfilling the potential that they haven't fulfilled. And it intimidates them. And again, it's not that they have ill intent or that they consciously want to hold you back, but they're subconsciously holding themselves back. And when they see you changing, it messes up their reference point of who they are because they know who they are relative to you. So when you can leave your hometown, you don't even have to move to a different country to see this effect. You can literally move just to a different city or a different state, different zip code, whatever. When you can leave your hometown and get away from people, especially your parents, who see you as that little kid that they raised from birth, then you will be in a position where you will have complete freedom to shape yourself into who you want to become.